Hey Twisters, LI Balloon Guy here, and today I'm going to show you not one, not two, not three. Actually, no wait, I am going to show you three. Three is the number I wanted to show you. I'm going to show you 3 ways to make a butterfly balloon. If you guys are ready to twist some beautiful butterflies, go ahead and grab your balloons, stretch out those fingers, because we're going to start twisting now. So for our 3 butterflies, we're going to be doing them in increasing difficulty. So I'm going to start with the easy, then I'm going to show you the medium, then I'm going to show you the extra medium difficulty one. Our first butterfly, we're going to be using 2 heart-shaped Qualitex balloons. You can probably find these at a party store, maybe not Qualitex, but definitely heart-shaped balloons, or you can just look on Amazon for heart-shaped Qualitex balloons. These are 5" in diameter. We're going to begin by inflating both heart-shaped balloons. And these can get pretty tight pretty fast. You don't want one of these to pop on you while you're inflating it, so try not to put too much air into it. We want to stop inflating once the lobes really start to take shape. Once you have it inflated, go ahead and tie it off, and this is going to be one of those instances, once again, where we have the option of tying it close to the heart shape or closer to the nozzle. We want to tie closer to the nozzle because we're going to push more air through the balloon. So go ahead and tie that off nice and close to the nozzle, leaving plenty of extra space at the end here because we're going to squeeze the balloon, and you can see it kind of forms this, this lobe at the end here, and we're going to twist this off in a minute. But first, go ahead and inflate your other heart balloon to the exact same size. Go ahead and tie it off at the end of the nozzle once again. And squeeze so that it pushes the air towards the end of the balloon. Now, we're going to twist right about here and get ourselves a nice, maybe like 1.5" bubble at the end. You see, this leaves the heart shape of the balloon intact, but it gives us a bubble on the end that we can use to twist. Now that we have our 2 lobes twisted off, go ahead and twist them together. And that's really all there is to it. You've got yourself the Heart Makes generic butterfly wings on their own, just due to what shape they make. And you've got a little face. If you want, you can draw on this with a Sharpie to give it eyes and a nose. But this is a quick and easy butterfly balloon that you can give to any child. For our next butterfly, we're actually going to be making a butterfly wand, which is really cool if you can make yourself a princess crown for a little girl and then give her a butterfly wand. She's going to look adorable. For this balloon, we're going to need 3 260 balloons of whatever color you like, really. For this, I'm going to be using dark pink for the butterfly, and I'm going to be using goldenrod for the wand. If you don't have these colors, that's fine. You can use whatever you like. We're going to start by inflating our butterfly color, and we want to inflate this with about maybe a 1" tail. We're going to inflate it so it's just about completely full. Yeah, that's good. Now, let out just a little bit of air, and bring your 2 ends together and tie them into a loop. Excellent. So now, this is going to kind of be reminiscent of when we made the flower balloon. We're going to split this into 4 sections. But unlike the flower, where we had each petal exactly the same size, we want 2 of our petals to be bigger and 2 of our petals to be smaller. So go ahead and put your balloons together, keeping the nozzle on one end and the middle of the balloon on the other end. And we're going to go down maybe like a 60-40 split here and just twist the balloon off, just like that. Now you can go ahead and bring this down and twist, and that'll give you your larger sized petals, and bring this together and twist, and that'll give you your smaller sized petals. And as you can see, this kind of is our butterfly shape. I'm going to tuck this away for a second while we make the wand. Now for the wand, we're going to inflate our 2 balloons to be about, maybe, we're going to need a lot of tail here, to be honest. I would say probably almost about 8 or 9" of tail on the end. We really don't need more than that inflated on these balloons. Go and inflate your second one so it's about the same exact. There we go. And we're going to twist our 2 balloons together at the nozzles. So now we're going to take these 2 balloons and we're going to spiral them up, and that's going to form the handle of our wand. The way that I spiral is I put each balloon, one balloon on each palm, and all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my thumbs and my fingers to twist the balloons around each other, keeping consistent pressure with my palms. Now, as I spiral the balloon, I'm going to be using my fingers and my thumbs to push inward, forcing it down, but still keeping consistent pressure with my palms so that the spiral doesn't come undone. This, I know it sounds silly, but this might take a little bit of practice, but you'll find that you'll get a nice tight spiral as you practice this. So go up until there's, I don't know, maybe about 6 or 7 inches left of the balloon. I'm going to put an ear twist on each of these balloons. And that's really more for structural support than anything. So just to recap, we've twisted our balloons off at the nozzles down here. We've spiraled up a good distance. Then we made an ear twist on either balloons, and we have the remainder right here. Go ahead and grab the butterfly that you have. And we're going to take the bottom of this butterfly, the bottom of the 2 smaller petals, and we're going to place it on top of those 2 ear twists. Now we're going to take these 2 remaining goldenrod balloons, and we're going to bring them up and around, and we're going to twist them over the top of the butterfly. And when I do this, I want to make sure this is nice and tight. I want to lock this butterfly in. I want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So go ahead and bring those 2 up. Give a squeeze to push the remaining air out. You want this to be kind of soft. And go ahead and twist right in there. Excellent. This is really good so far. I'm liking this. So now you can, if you want, put another set of ear twists in here at the top. I don't really think it's necessary, but it could look good if you decide to go that route. What we do want to do is we want to give her little antennae dongles. So go ahead and just pinch off the tips of our 2 ends, and we're going to do the same thing that we did in the poodle video, which I'll link above, and we're going to just get the ends to poof out. I'll show you that one again. Watch. Oh, it didn't work. I'll show you that one more time. Just twist off a good amount and squeeze, just like that. Cool. So now we've got our butterfly wand, just like that. And that's our second butterfly balloon. Alright guys, we've got 2 out of 3 of our butterflies in the bag. Before I go any further, I do want to put in a small disclaimer. These are not my original designs. I did not create them. I'm going to try and credit the original creators or the original designers of these butterfly sculptures in the comments and the links below, links to their YouTube channels. However, some of these designs are so old that it's really kind of hard to get like a source of where they began, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that I credit the original designers of these balloons. Of course, if I've made any mistakes, if I haven't gotten the right sources, please correct me down below in the comments. I always want to make sure that I provide the source credit to the originator of the design. It's their creativity, and I want to make sure that they are recognized for that. The other thing I want to say is go ahead and subscribe. Click the like button or the thumbs up, whatever you like. Leave your comment down below if you like this video. We're over 50 subs now, which is really great. I want to hit that 100 sub milestone so that I can get the unique URL, youtube.com/LIBalloonGuy, and only you guys can make that happen. Without you guys, there is no channel, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay, for our third and final butterfly design, this one's actually kind of interesting. It's personally my favorite butterfly design. However, the only source I could find for this is like a Russian YouTube video from like 2012, so it's pretty old. I tried really hard to dig up the originator of this. If somebody knows, please let me know down below, like I said. But to begin with, we're going to inflate a very pretty balloon just about all the way, like we did in the second butterfly balloon. Go ahead and make sure it's nice and soft, and tie the 2 ends together. We're going to do pretty much that same 60-40 split. So So find about 40% of the way up the balloon. Go ahead and bring that down. We're going to make our 2 sets of wings like we did in the second butterfly design. The only difference here is we're actually going to split the wings in half. So go ahead and grab one side, pinch the middle, and twist the other side. That will split your wings. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to be wrapping balloons around it to encase the wings and make it more filled out. To do this, I'm going to be using a 160 balloon. You might remember the 160 from the Jack tutorial video that I did last week. This is like a 260, but it's 1 inch thinner. Ah, that's the word. It's 1 inch thinner, so it's only 1 inch wide and still about 60 inches long, fully inflated. What we're going to do is we're going to tie 160 around the middle, and I'm going to wrap it around each wing individually, nice and tight. So just like that, all the way around. Go around the next wing. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this fairly tight as I go. I don't want these to be loose around the wings. I want it to look like it's all part of the wings itself. Give a squeeze so that's nice and filled out. And I've got a little bit extra here, so I'm just going to break this off. And I'll wrap it around one of the wings a few times, making sure it doesn't go anywhere. And now we've got the butterfly design just about done. The last thing we're going to need is another 160. And like I said, you guys don't need to use 160s if you don't have them. What you can do is you can inflate a 260, and you can squish it so it's nice and soft, and that'll make it just a little bit thinner. It's not going to be as thin as a 160, but it'll kind of get you where you need to be. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take this 160 and I want to put 2 small ear twists at the end. These are going to be just about less than a 1 inch ear twist, so don't go too crazy. And this is going to be the top of the butterfly's head. So take your ear twists and we're going to put them right at the top of the 2 larger wings, right in the crux of those 2 wings. And I'm going to take the rest of the 160 and I'm going to wrap it around the top. I want it to be nice and tight, guys. I want this to be like kind of squeezing the entire sculpture together. So I'm going to bring that all together, I'm going to twist off and wrap around just like that. So now this is looking a lot more like a butterfly. I'm going to take the rest of this, I'm going to break it off, but I am going to tie it off because we're going to use the rest of this to give him his little antennae dongles. So go ahead and break off the remainder of your balloon and tie it off so we can use it later. And the 160 that's left on the butterfly, we can go ahead and tie that off and not worry about it. So this is going to be our antennae dongles. I'm going to, I know this seems silly breaking it off again, but I really needed to have them both tied off. So go ahead and break off one end, and I only need about this much air. So I'm gonna just, yeah, this is probably fine right there. So I'll tie that off. Oops. Tie that off. I'm going to pop out the tip, the end of the balloon again. I'm gonna segment this so there are 2 different bubbles, and I'm gonna squeeze right to the end. And now we should have 2 bubbles at the end, and I'm going to pinch right in the middle so they can't come undone, and give them a twist. And I'm going to wrap these around the 2 ear twists that we made earlier. Just like that. If you want, you can take a scissor or a quick cutter and clean off the end of this balloon, and it'll look just like that. That way you don't have like the extra little nozzle on the end. And this is it, man. This is my favorite butterfly sculpture. I think this is really adorable. It's probably, without going absolutely crazy and making like a 7 or 8 balloon sculpture, this is definitely the easiest and gives you the most bang for your buck. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Not one, not two, but 3 different butterfly balloons, all for the price of none. If you like what you saw, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Otherwise, we're in November now. I'm going to have maybe 1 or 2 Thanksgiving-style balloon sculptures coming up in the weeks to come. Otherwise, you guys let me know what is it that you want to see in the next video. I'm willing and open to suggestions, because honestly, it's a pain trying to figure out what to film every week. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great afternoon and a great week. I'll see you next time.